Okay, got an interesting topic for you today in this video here on Rich's Revolution. By the way, hit subscribe, hit the like button, support the channel. We're working hard to get that growth, man. Come on, we can do this. And as well, if you're new to the game, please check out some of the player guides, which I'm going to make some playlists for to make it a little bit more kind of organized. So check that out. So, why am I a free-to-play player in Marvel Future Revolution? So I think it's important to premise or kind of put into perspective. Spend. Now, look, there's going to be people out there that are free to play, and that's fine. There's people that they're going to be spenders to the game, and that's fine. Do bear in mind, games don't run for free. Developers need to be paid money. Yes, okay, you could say that a lot of mobile games or kind of freemium games, you know, they earn a hell of a lot of money. But there's a big difference between a freemium game that continues out through the years and has, say, I don't know, a Marvel Contest of Champions related history. They've been successful for very many years, nearly 7 years. Same thing with other games, Marvel Future Fight, they've been going on for a long time. And now looking at the fact that Marvel Battle Lines, if you remember Marvel Battle Lines, that died because it didn't have anybody spending any money on the game. So that's that. Right? We got that out of the way. So games, sorry to say this if you don't know, mobile games, freemium games, need people that are free to play and as well spend, because you need a balance between the two. So why am I a free-to-play player in Marvel Future Revolution? And I could, if I wanted to, spend lots of money on this game, but I don't just yet. I have this very kind of specific rule when it comes to mobile games, and it's the 6-month test. I give a lot of games 6 months before they're either a success, a failure, or they just trickle on, right? Marvel Realm of Champions is a good example of that. So those that follow the channel will know that this was Rich's Realm at one stage and was covering Marvel Future Revolution, Marvel Realm of Champions. Now I may decide to go back to Marvel Realm of Champions at some stage, just test the water, see where they are. But I gave that game 6 months. I gave it 6 months, and within the first month it started flopping because the developers didn't do as much as they could have done to keep the game with a PvE strength, so players didn't have to do the laborious, unbalanced, terrible matchmaking arena grind. So they were just kind of left there going like, okay, well, what the hell do we do? Where do we go? This is why I have really resonated in the first 2 months and enjoyed Marvel Future Revolution. And that's because the PvE side of things is one of the better elements of this game. The PvP is trash. It is unbalanced. Matchmaking is terrible. Yes, the developer has said they're going to work on a mega war for matchmaking and make it more level orientated. That does, however, put some big differences between you being competitive in the top sense of level 100 and above, but will be better for you making the gains. So that's going to be good. Dark Zone is being worked into to have specific types of territories you can go into which will not have the PvP side of things, which is a problem for those that just want to, you know, go in, grab some cards, grab some points, and find that they're being smacked to heck and back by AoE from other players. So it improves that experience. It makes it a little bit better, and as well takes away from the kind of maybe toxic element that it has. Not as ridiculous toxic, because there is some kind of good stuff within Dark Zone and people that operate in there. Dimensional Duels is just some of the most terrible matchmaking ever, where you can go against, and I'll be doing a full video on the PvP side of things with this game and how this is just one of the worst things ever. I sometimes cannot be bothered with playing it because I don't know if I'm going to be going up against somebody that is 2 tiers below me. Yeah, exactly. I'll be Platinum 3 and I'll be facing off against somebody in Gold 3. Or I'll be Platinum 3 and facing off against somebody in Diamond 3. Or Diamond 2 or Diamond 1. I think I might have even faced off against someone in Master recently as a Platinum 3 player. And I'm just like, oh, this is just not it. This is so bad. But again, I digress, right? That's where the kind of the stuff where if you've got the money and you have bought a heck of a lot of deals stimulating your costumes to be like the top, the tippity top, and I'm talking nano fusion type tippity top. If you indeed are getting all the perks. You've got all your intel, not intel, what is it called? The reports. If you've got all your like reports in order to do things like your PIM's research, Fury's data, whatever it is, all that stuff, you are now kind of like hitting off a very kind of like top end of this game. And that puts a lot of things in imbalance. But at the same time, I understand it. Thing to reiterate is, I don't personally have a problem with people spending money on the game and the whale side of things. It's how the developer balances that out for the PvP element, which is such a key thing in this game. The PvE side of things, so let's kind of like give some examples of like the PvE. So when you go to like your activity logs and your like territories right here, territories, regions, whatever you want to call them, there's lots to do. You can see like I've still got 3 things I've got left to do from a lot of most wanted things and locations to go. And that's just it. I like this. I like going to these areas. I like doing quests. I like doing side quests. I like doing those special yellow quests that give some things. I also like going and doing some of these repeating of these most wanted, especially if they give something back for the trouble of the grind, which they do with those Omega cards. Could they give more? Could they give more interesting stuff? Of course they could. And that's something, again, the developer will probably work on in the future. This game has only been out 2 months, but it's piqued my interest and it's kept my interest going. Because when you feel like, okay, after 2 months, oh, what else are they going to add in? They haven't done anything. It's boring. All of a sudden, you get this developer note saying, oh, by the way, we're going to add in a new blitz. We're going to balance Dark Zone and Omega Dark Zone and Omega War in order to kind of like appease and kind of improve players' involvement in there. Yes, it's not going to be ideal for free-to-play players to go in Omega War at level 100 with a, like me, a 600k rating and find that you're going up against somebody with 1 million rating. That's still going to be very imbalanced and not really fair at all. But that, again, is something the developer needs to work on and hopefully will do. It's just the PvE side of things. Adding in a new territory that you can go and explore. Going up against the likes of Dormammu as a next kind of like supervillain. But as well, kind of putting everything into perspective that they're given that, communication. Not a lot of developers do that. It's going to say like, okay, we'll just let you know in 2 months' time we're going to be doing this, or in a month's time we're going to be doing this. Some do and some don't, right? And I think that they've been very upfront with stuff. So definitely I've seen something that has put a smile on my face. As I said, compared with other developers with a very young game. You could look at multiple ones. You could look at Mech Arena, what about Diablo Immortal, the game that was announced in 2018? Has that been released? I'm in the Discord for theirs. I don't even know if anything's been announced for that. Yeah, I don't know what is happening with Diablo Immortal. It's like, I'm now checking the news to kind of like find out, have they actually released anything? I guess they've. Oh, right, okay. And there's a good example, right? Diablo Immortal is now planned for release in the first half of 2022. Okay. But anyway, this is not about. I did actually cover that on this channel, but the main thing about this is going like, right, well, that's taken 5 years. This game, what was announced like last year? And they must have been working on it for a straight like couple years. But in any case, like back to the sourcing. Why am I free to play? Well, as I said, I like to give a chance to games first before thinking about spending money. I think it's important as well, as I build these heroes in a free to play standpoint, it's going to give people that impression of, because a lot of people will go, is this pay to win game? This is a bad game because it's a pay to win game. This is a bad game, right? And I want to do a lot to dispel that. Especially to kind of let people know, look, this is a very customizable game where you get to literally choose the outfit that you have. Could it do better? Yeah, of course. A lot of games can do better. I think they should really be content on that. But the right hallmarks are there for the creation of a very solid game, or kind of like a solid game in any case. You've got a decent way of kind of developing heroes between ults and raising squad level, as well as grabbing some of those report in bits to kind of like improve. You can grab lots of costume boxes and also cores from various different areas. So once you've done a certain point with one hero, you can then go back in and go, okay, 1 week I'm going to do my battle challenge, my dark zone, and all the stuff that looks to amplify and improve a hero. You can do that for another one and then bring it up to the same level. But you may have a main, and that's the thing for me. My main is always Doctor Strange, but I will be working on a Iron Man. Also, I'll be working on a Magic when she's released. And just to say, like, you know, I think this is a very good game. Free-to-play standpoint, there are some elements of free-to-play. I don't like the way that the Omega Pass is. The Omega Pass is good value for those that spend on it, but there is a massive difference between what somebody that spends and what somebody that doesn't spend gets, and that's a big issue for me from a point of like, it elevates people quicker without any kind of hard work. But then I guess that's the problem with free-to-play, you know. But some swings and roundabouts with it. Some elements of the free-to-play need to improve, especially with matchmaking, to take into consideration your stats like here against doing the PvP. And if they do that, then I tell you what, they've probably got to a point where this game is a very good game. At the moment, it's a good game. It's a great game. But, you know, an excellent game, still work to be done with that, especially from those that are free to play. But if you are free to play, how do you find the experience? Put it in the comment section down below. It'd be interesting to find out like other people's perspective of like, do you feel that the game is good from a free to play standpoint? What would you improve as well? So yeah, put it down in the comment section down below. And thank you very much for watching this video. Make sure as well to check out some other content located on screen right now, some other Marvel Future Revolution content. And I'll see you for some fresh stuff very, very soon. Bye bye.